When you don't know what you don't know, well, you could end up like this person. Now, before we get to this comment that I had on a YouTube video, I want to hit up front. If you say, oh, Clay, I knew what you're referring to in that video, just to understand, I'm not talking about this specifically. I'm using this as a micro example of a much general rule or a much general concept. One of those where maybe you've heard me say it before or heard it someplace else, but one of the things that makes trading very difficult is, of course, you have a limited resource known as you have cash, and that cash is limited. But with that limited resource, when you don't know what you don't know, you can get yourself in trouble. Or in this case, you're gonna lose out on potential. But again, like I said, what I talk about, you're like, well, Clay, I already knew you could do that. That doesn't mean that there's other things out there that you're not aware of. So keep in mind, I'm talking about a general principle. So with that being said, let's get to this YouTube comment and maybe you'll see where I'm headed with this. But again, just because you may know that area and you're newer, and if you're a newer trader, realize I'm talking generally speaking. I should have sold yesterday. I had a profit of $4,000. Now only $1,300, still holding. No idea what to do. Part of me wants to hold, possibly till next year. Let's walk through this. And if you have no idea what the problem here is, then yeah, that may be a sign that you're fitting perfectly into this. But regardless, you have Mr. Question Mark because he's confused, right? And I'm not looking down on this. I'm just saying that I want to help this person out. I want to help you out. But they're clearly confused, and I admire them for just flat out saying, I don't know what to do. But at one point, they had $4,000 profit in a position. And now, as we've learned, it's dropped down and is only worth $1,300. I mean, that's no small chunk of change. So, I mean, it's not like this is a train wreck or anything like that. But what this person clearly had no idea that they could do, and in fact, this is one of the first videos I ever did, and it's one of the most popular, but it's called buy or hold or something like that, or sell or hold. I don't remember, but I'll put a link down below if you want to check that out. However, I'm going to talk about that very same concept here, so you may not want to watch it. But what they could have done and what they're not aware of, and which makes a lot of sense, because when people say sell, oh, you're going to sell. What do you think? Be honest. If I say sell, are you thinking of your entire position? Are you thinking in the sense of, okay, now you're done with the trade, now you're done with the investment because you sold? If so, then, well, there you go. Those are one of those things where you don't know what you don't know. That is totally false. There is a such thing out there known as, is this even, yeah. Can you see that, Nate?
I can see that. Yeah.
Okay, partial. So partial sell. The big word here being partial. And assign some numbers to this, and I don't know if these are the real numbers, but let's just say he had 500 shares. When it was up at $4,000 profit, he could have said, wow, that's kind of a lot. He could have went and sold. He could, in his mind, he could have, I'm going to sell. But again, most people, especially new people, when they hear sell, they think, well, you sell all 500. No, you could always have done a partial sell. Well, let's just say he sold half. So he sold 250. Well, now when the prices come back down, sure, kind of a buzzkill. I should have, right? I should have just sold all 500. But at least he sold some of them up there, because what's the flip side? Well, the flip side is maybe that the price keeps going up and up and up. And he could have been saying, I shouldn't have sold. I should have just held on to all 500. But at least he still has 250 for the move up, right? Because you don't know. Hindsight is always going to make you look like an idiot one way or the other. But when he was at 4,000, he definitely should have sold and done a partial sell. So he still has 250 shares. So at this point, yeah, it's not as much, but at least he did still lock in some gains up here when it was at $4,000. But when you don't know what you don't know, he clearly was not aware of that. That was a choice for him to have done at that time. And I don't blame him. I was the same way. When I got into the market, if someone would have said, so you're going to sell? I would have automatically thought of, well, do I want to sell everything? No. But now if someone says, you're going to sell, I was like, I don't know, I might consider taking some off the table. Taking some off the table is just kind of the cool kid way to say a partial sell. So, I mean, but when you're brand new, you're not going to think about that. Your mind pretty much defaults to, well, you either buy all in or you sell all out. But there are other things out there, and this person was not aware of it. And now, I mean, they're still sitting in a good spot. But it's one of those things where this person should not be trading. It's very clear that this person is running around with a lot of randomness, running around unaware of just basic things, because this is not complicated. This is pretty basic. Again, just because you say, well, I get that, Clay, doesn't mean you're off scot-free. My point still, especially if you're new, I bet there's still lots of things out there that you don't know about that could be making your life easier, that could be making your life more efficient, that could just be making you more money, or just making losses not as big as what they may be. And I feel pretty confident in that, given that I've been working with and helping people now for, I don't know, going on 5-6 years at the time of this recording of the video. But keep that in mind. This person did not know about a very basic concept. So my kind of question and challenge to you is, I wonder how many basic concepts that you just don't know about. And I don't blame you for not knowing, because it goes back to the, well, when you don't know, you don't know. And this is one of those things where they didn't know about partial sales or the ability to do that. And it ended up coming up and biting them pretty big. But again, I'm just glad to hear this person was still up $1,300. Hopefully they've since locked in those gains. But I don't know what they have done. But this all, when I saw it, I thought, oh, okay, this is actually a great example of somebody that shouldn't be trading, because they're just not aware of a very basic thing out there, but from a trade management perspective is quite powerful. So just be honest with yourself. I know maybe it's not what you want to tell yourself is, yeah, maybe I shouldn't quite be trading right now. Maybe I do need to invest into some education or just slow things down. That's up for you to decide, but this happens all the time out there. And yeah, I get it. This was just one micro example in terms of partial sells, but there's lots of other areas out there where new traders, they just have no idea anything about. If you are out there trading alone currently and maybe are in the market looking for a community to join to assist you in your trading or to just help you, give you another set of eyeballs, then I do have a private trading community where you can trade alongside me and other experienced traders. So what you see popping up on the screen right now is both an information link. So if you click on the inner circle one, that is going to take you to the page where I explain all the details of what exactly come with the community, both the chat room and the newsletter. And then the other image that has popped up is a behind the scenes tour where you can see exactly what is going to be contained within the community. I take you through, like I said, a behind the scenes tour of everything, and that way you'll know precisely what you are getting when you join. So definitely check that stuff out if you are interested and thinking about wanting to join a community, and let me know if you have any questions.